No, I'm not.
Where do we put these in?
Oh, take those up to the mayor at the black table.
Orange?
Yes.
Hey, how are you? Guess what? It's healed. So I gotta, I'm getting on observations. I see the ortho Monday, wound Tuesday. I'll get all of it. Awesome, thank you. I'm just gonna give about another month to be on this for now, so that awesome.
Well, it is a nice day, isn't it? Yeah, that's true. We're freezing. Yeah, that's why Chrissy's last on here. I am. Oh, okay. Cool. I feel like he did anything. You know what I mean? I know it was just the association. Yeah.
It would take me probably 2 years. Yes, no.
Yeah, the lady's already planning the snow. Yeah, they called her up before I came in.
Is there any scandalous going
Says
on?
about DJ.
Scandal going on?
Part of the Declaration of Independence for America too.
Kids fall in the trip.
Like they do everything else?
Trip is very
I was actually thinking I was gonna let back to myself.
Well, that's true.
Following around my house.
That's true too. That's really sweet.
But English?
So there's a website at the bottom of it. They might have a Spanish version. Pero yo hablo español.
You know what I mean? Like, yes.
I figured it.
Well, I don't think that, I don't consider it.
Yep. Yep. You know, I have, this doesn't fit anymore, but I see it. But it doesn't run. If I have another one, I'll give it to her.
No, it's okay.
No, I have another one, it's just my own. When I graded Stan's papers, I didn't grade it anymore.
Amy Teal. Here. Vicky Wilson. Here. Valerie Peacock. Here. Cheryl Taylor West.
Here.
Jason Ennis. Here. All members are present, Mayor. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Item 3, indication. Oh God in heaven, in the name of the Lord Jesus, we take this moment to thank you for your wonderful meetings we have. Thank you, we ask you to help us and see your hand. The time has come, we want to leave here. We pray that whatever we have discussed and shared today be of help to the city. Help us with all we have shared and enable us to have success. Thank you for hearing and answering our prayer through the name of our Lord Jesus. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Public comments and receipt of petitions. At this time, anyone will be allowed to speak on any matter other than personnel matters. Any matter not specifically listed for public hearing elsewhere on the agenda or matters under litigation for a length of time not to exceed 4 minutes. No council, board discussion, or action may take place on a matter until such matter has been placed on an agenda and posted in accordance with law, Texas Government Code Section 551042. We'll go in at 6:02. And first person to speak is David Castor. If you'll take the podium, state your name and address, please.
Hello, Council. David Castor, 110, North Randy. Here today, basically,
David, is that turned on?
still live. So,
Yes. There you go. Thank
thank
you.
you. You better.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I'm here today, just one, to kind of give a status of Trinity, I guess, after the completion of, of TMP and the work that they did get the wrap around the complex, like we had asked them to do. They had done a number of things. So I commend the council for standing up and actually helping us get things done. However, the road is still an issue. The road, and Councilman Ince and I had talked about it a couple of council meetings before. It is not what they agreed to. It is still, it went from number 2 Bush Road in Whitney, I guess, according to Billy, to it improved a little bit, but they did not. The asphalt they said they would put down, they did not finish the top of it. They didn't complete the business as far as being dug out until afterwards, which is greatly affected the road. The biggest part that concerns me is City of Whitney paid for the road between Washington and Jefferson. And that is the worst part of the road. So I don't know whether the city, as inspectors, inspected the work, or signed off on the work, or approved the work, but it is still awful as far as transition off Jefferson on Trinity. There is a cut in the road for washing stuff like that. It's still holding water. They're not even making it to the manhole as far as flushing water out. We have signed off on the vendor who completed that contract. We need to reach back out to that vendor because I feel the city does not get what they paid for. And it's still, that transition onto the road from Jefferson, it's still got giant potholes. It's still rough getting into the place to eat. There's probably anywhere from 10 to 30 cars every evening coming down to the karate place. And there's still a lot of traffic on that road, and it's a mess. So I'm petitioning the council to look into whether or not we agreed to complete that sign off on what was completed because it was wrong. And it's messed up, and it's still an issue where we went from the number 2 Bush Road in the city on the list as far as being fixed to it's probably going to be back to number 2 within a year or two, just with poor workmanship that was done. And that's all I can say.
Thank you. Harold Wilson, if you'll take the podium, state your name and address, please.
Yes, I'm Harold Wilson, and I live at 202 Texas Street, been living there over 50 years. And a couple of things that I wish we would consider. I know a lot of people get upset about taxes. I do to a certain extent, but I'm thankful I live in a country where I can pay taxes and say things and have a part in my city government, our county government, our state government, our national government. And it concerns me that some people think that we need to get rid of property taxes. How would we exist if we didn't have property taxes? And I have paid mine for 50-some years. And the next thing is that as mayor, I understand you say that we as the audience cannot have communications with the council during the meeting. And I know that there's some that do, and I'm concerned about that. And I want to give a warm A+ to the city's service, city's staff last night. I found out at about 9:30
I'm here at Curtis Reynolds, I live at 1008 North Brazos. I just came in to see what's going on with the water meter deal. What's the plans with that? Are they just changing the meter readers, put some wires on, or are they gonna move the water meter itself?
Sir, this is just a public comment, we can't respond to.
Oh, you can't, okay. Well, I'm just wasting my time then, Dan. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We come out of public comments at 6:09. Go into the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine and will be enacted in one motion. Should the council ever desire discussion of any item, that item may be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Line item 6, act on approving. Line item 6, act on approving the regular city council meeting minutes for the regular meeting on January 15th, 2026, and special meeting on January 22nd, 2026. Line item 7, act on approving the city of Whitney expense reports and register report for December 2025 and January 2026.
I'd like to pull 7.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But I'll move adoption of 6 and second that.
Who do we have a second?
Valerie?
Valerie, okay. Amy,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Valerie,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
5 yeses, we have, approved the minutes from January.
Line item 7, act on approving the city of Whitney expense reports and register report for December 2025 and January 2026.
Thank you. Somebody was asking me about just the simple Anytime Fitness thing. And I know we talked about that, but I was gonna go and get that on the record.
So that is a payroll deduction that our employees can pay for out of their paychecks. And then we issue the check to them.
Thank you. I'm done.
I make a motion that we approve the City of Whitney expense reports and register report for December 2025 and January 2026.
I'll second it.
Amy,
No.
Vicky,
Yes.
Valerie,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
4 yeses and 1 no. Motion passes and approved.
Department reports, their report following up on moving election date for the city. We had, I'm not sure exactly what the deadline for making that change was December 25th, and it would not have worked most likely because of the Secretary of State explanation, which is you click that link, and I believe that's it.
Did you want me to say something?
Oh, okay.
My comment.
Oh, and your,
I'm sorry.
we couldn't hear you.
Oh, so it allows the governing body of a political subdivision other than a county or municipal utility district that holds its general election for officers on the May uniform date to change the date on which it holds its general election for officers to the November uniform election date. One important limitation to this type of change is that entities can only move their elections to the November uniform date in odd number years. Entities cannot change the date of their election to the November uniform election date in even number of years. So that's that report. We'll move down to the EMS. Robert.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Council members. January's reports, we ran a total of 209 calls. On On the EMS side, we ran 73 calls, 67 were in the city limits, and 6 were out in the county, mutual aid care flight. Care flight actually ran 4 calls in the city covering us, while we were out covering, most of them, we were out covering them, and we caught a call here in the city, so it's kind of funny how that worked out. Average response times for the city was 5.5 minutes. Please also know that it's also that's a little higher than normal. That was during the ice storm, so we did have several delayed responses because of the ice. Out in the county, we had 9-minute response times. At the end of January, the city renewed the EMS provider license with no issues. On the fire report, we ran 136 calls. We ran 6 fire calls in the city, 19 fire calls out in the county. First responder calls, we ran 62 first responder calls in the city and 49 responder calls out in the county. I did 2 certificate of occupancies. One was Donna's sheer happiness, and another one was classic fun. I also completed the code enforcement class. I got the certificate today. Next week, I will be taking the test to get that certification. I wanted to show the charts on the total calls. If you look in January on the first responders, it's showing 11 calls. That should have been 111. I missed one. So, on that, like I said, it was a pretty busy month. We did make it safely without damaging any equipment during the ice storm, which I was very happy about that. And that's all this concern.
All right, thank you. Police and code compliance report, Chief.
Evening, Mayor, City Council. So for our report for January 2026, we had 223 incidents total. We only had 2 arrests. Traffic stops, we had 84 with a total of citations, 81 instead of 109. On the code enforcement animal control side, we only had 4 animal calls.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Public Works, Chris.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In January, we had 2 water leaks, both over 4 inches. Both went really well. We had 1 water top of the meter installed. We have a backhoe down right now with a rear tire issue. We had 7 after-hours water calls and 4 after-hours sewer calls.
Thank you. Library report.
Good evening, everyone. In January, we issued 15 new library cards, served 1,186 individuals. 122 of those were using computers, which you'll remember are brand new. John's gotten all of those installed, and that was a grant from Texas New Mexico Power. 86 visitors served with direct assistance. And one of the things I'd like to talk about what that is right now, we have just a lot of, I don't know if it's me, a lot of people that are needing direct assistance with computers. You'll find that there is a portion of the population that doesn't have emails, doesn't have the ability to use computers. So when we talk about 86 individuals served with direct assistance, that could be a couple of hours per person. So within the packet, there's a success story of a couple of gentlemen who came and spent between 6 and 9 hours apiece working with John and myself and a couple of other staffers to complete some online training courses, some emails, some personal bills that they just don't have anyone else to service them. So serving people with direct assistance is a little bit more than just a number of 86 people. We like to call that out. We had 30 unique programs and events. 338 visitors, 269 items checked out, 1 outreach visit for a couple of outreach hours, 1 volunteer who worked 7 hours, late funds collected $39.95, and copy and print services are really, really popular right now, $486.
regular agenda. Line item 8, deliberate and act on authorization to issue requests for proposals for banking services, RFPs for the city of Whitney Banking Services. This is our current contract is up in March of 2026, so we're gonna send proposals out to, well, not send them out, post it, and then the other banks can, bid on our services. Christie, do you know any, do we have any information on that?
No.
When will it go out?
So if the RFP is approved to go out for the bids, we can have those out, the attorney still has to go over that.
Okay.
But as soon as she gets through going over that, then we will have those out, I would say sometime around the first or second week of March.
Okay. So do we have a motion to, authorize the issue of the RFPs?
I make a motion that we authorize the issue and request for RFPs. Thank you.
Second.
Got a motion from Vicki Wilson and a second from Valerie Peacock. Amy Teal?
Sure.
Vicki?
Yes.
Valerie?
Yes.
Cheryl? Jason?
Yes.
5 yeses, motion passes.
Line item 9, deliberate and act on library board applications and appointments.
Just to check our numbers, how many do we have that needs to be in city limits and how many outside?
4 inside and 3 outside.
I was gonna look at
It's what it, that's what it
Okay.
says, okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Yes,
4 inside?
4 inside city limits and 3 outside.
So we have 7 positions available and 9 applications. But we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are already inside. So,
Basically automatic.
okay. So I would like to move that we appoint Deborah Gregory, PJ Hicks, Antoinette Ratliff, and Betty Williams as the 4 inside city limits.
Let me re-clarify that those are the 4 that do live within the city limits and the only 4 that live within the city limits?
Yes.
I think those 40, I'm sorry.
Deborah Gregory, sorry.
No, go ahead.
PJ Hicks,
Okay.
Antoinette Ratliff,
Okay.
and Betty Williams.
Okay.
Yes, I'd just like to ask if there's anybody else that's on here, on the list of, that apply, is here, and would like to discuss why you wanna be on the board. Anybody? No? Okay.
So we have that motion?
So that's only 4, we still need 3 more.
Okay.
Okay. I have.
Okay.
I am recommending, Alyssa Jeter, or how do you pronounce it? Connie Terry, and Sharon Woolkill.
Okay, we have a motion and a second.
With that motion in second, is there anybody else that's actually here? Everybody's just pretty much waiting on us. Well, I know Debbie, but, you're okay, Debbie. But yeah, I'm good.
Vicki, would you repeat, Alyssa and Sharon, I heard for sure, but I think I missed the third one.
Connie Terry.
Okay, motion and a second, can you call it please?
Amy Teal?
Yes.
Vicki Wilson?
Yes.
Valerie Peacock?
Yes.
Cheryl Taylor West?
Yes.
Jason Ince?
Yes.
5 yeses, motion passes.
Line item 10, deliberate and act on a water is life
stating that the contest began this week, but in reality, February 23rd, to match the presentation tonight. Giving 5 weeks for participation. This is open to all junior high and senior high students in Whitney ISD, as well as homeschool children. And Water is Life is the theme this year, so we really want to promote water awareness.
I think the only, I was gonna say, the only question I had, I think I emailed you, was how much are the medals?
The medals are being donated by the Whitney ISD.
Awesome.
Is that a motion? I make a motion. We do act on the Water of Life poster contest sponsored by the city of Whitney.
I'll second.
Amy Teal,
Yes?
Vicki Wilson,
Yes.
Cheryl Taylor West,
Yes.
Valerie Peacock,
Yes.
Jason Ince.
Yes.
5 yeses, motion passes.
Line 11, deliberate on America 250, Texas 250 event in the city of Whitney.
Okay, guys, we've heard from one person a couple meetings ago that was interested in what is the city doing. Park Board had their first meeting and talked a little bit about it, but they're still kind of getting their feet underneath them, don't have a budget. And so I was thinking this would be a good opportunity for folks to discuss about what are some options, what's the community looking at, what is this whole America 250 thing, and just get some communication going. This is the kind of thing, we're kind of already behind on this. Congress acted 10 years ago to start the whole process of events and publicity for America 250, which is the anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So there's some really cute little printables on the back table if you want some. And every state is jumping in on the same theme. So we have Texas America 250. The library has already advertised a Texas America 250 reading challenge, 2,500 minutes of reading service hours and other stuff. State of Utah has launched an invitation to the entire country to join them in a community potluck on Sunday afternoon, July 5th. So that's an easy one that would be easy to implement without a lot of cost. I am absolutely on the how much can we get volunteered and donated, and I wanted to verify that if the park board wanted to pursue something, this kind of event would be something that people could donate to the city and to be used for any event that you wanted to do with parks. So I wanted to make sure that was out there. Rhonda Bass is here. I talked with her about what the museum has planned. So I would love to hear what you've got, because one of the things that they've talked about is they're really pushing the whole storytelling aspect of this and encouraging the community to tell their stories about history, like we heard from Mr. Wilson. And you mentioned somebody. And I know we've had a gentleman that's been posting some really great local history. We've got 150 years for the city of Whitney. And so Rhonda, can you stand up and tell us a little bit more about what you got?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, our planning actually started last year in January of 2025 because we didn't have a lot to do, but we did have a lot to do. So we first started with our flag. She helped me. This is something anybody can get online. This ran about $100. We're going to be flying this at the museum. from July 4th through a year, July 4th. Does the city have a flagpole?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, you know, that's something everybody could do. And they come in all different types. If you'll get online and look, there's every kind of design of a flag that you can think of. Okay? Yeah, we'll scroll that later. We are celebrating also the 150 years of Whitney, and we'll be celebrating both the 250 and the 150 all year. And like I said, we plan on flying our flag. We have lots of newspapers that show our city all the way back through 150 years in different aspects through the years. And we also have papers from articles pictures that were made back through 250 years. Of course, they're not all at the exact time and era, but there are stories and things like that. And all of that will be on display. I did get a donation from a young man by the name of Tommy McCool. He is actually Jason's cousin. And he told me he had contacted you, Janice, the mayor, and wrote you a really nice letter and talked to you about donating these items to the city to use. He never heard back from you. So we have those items, and we will be displaying those at the museum. One of the big pushes is storytelling.
Yes, we have a lot of new people from 6th to 7th generation people that are welcome and are looking forward to coming in and talking about the history of Whitney. We also have a poet. He's an award-winning poet that is from here, and he's 88 years old, was raised in Whitney. One of the things that we really want to look at is, because of the surge of AI and the way that the research is done now, history of Whitney has been altered in certain places. And in the last 2 to 3, 4 years, it's been done quite a bit. And so that's one of the things that we want to fix, is to make sure that the stories that go out are correct on history. And there's a lot of people that have responded to information that's gone out on the page that I have. And I will say that I checked the stats on that today. For the last 60 days, I've had 112,000 people that have looked at that page in the last 60 days. So it's just a way to put the information out there.
And we want to say that the museum will be available for anybody that wants to use it, or any types of programs, anything that we can help with, because the celebration is for the city and the community. And speaking of that, I do want to say that I do live at White Bluff, and my husband John is on the board of directors. And last year in January, he started working with me on all of this. And he has gone to the board there, and they have approved, and they're going to do a big fireworks show. It's going to be about twice the size of what we normally have. All the community is invited to attend. They're going to have hot dogs, hamburgers, ice cream, and a big celebration for the 250th year. And we invite everybody to come, and there has been a budget of $40,000 approved for that. So you might as well come and take advantage of it. And any ideas that we can help anybody with, we're there, just let us know. I think the celebration should be taken very seriously. And I think it should be shared between the town and the community. And God bless America is all I got to say.
I have a question too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the museum, what are their hours?
We have no set hours. We do everything private. We've had so much trouble at the museum that we don't feel we can just open it to the public. So we set everything up ahead of time. We've had destruction to no end
So
for the last 2 years.
a question would be, if we have, like, if we do something for that time frame, could we possibly have it open so that people could come and check it out?
Of course we will, but we
Okay.
just need to know
Yes, ma'am.
what event we're gonna have. We need to have extra people there, and, you're welcome to use it free of charge.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have a quick question. You say that some of the history due to AI is now inaccurate. I'm just confused how historical information
If
can be
you go
found.
to AI, if you'll research on AI, something that you're familiar with, a lot of times you can go into that and there will be discrepancies on the history. And unless you're familiar with the history, you won't be able to tell.
And that was gonna be my next question, is who's gonna be the one to validate historic
That's
documents?
what we're doing right now. That's what,
Just you two, or?
no.
We have a museum board,
Yeah.
A museum board? Okay.
board of directors. And we have documentation that you can come and look for yourself.
Who are your board of directors?
I'm not gonna give that out. They've been harassed. We've had 5 flags stolen. We've had our crepe myrtles destroyed by poison. And
We need to stay on the topic.
this is topic. And we have reported it several times. So we have to, we have to
We're
be
moving on to line
discreet.
item 13.
Well, we didn't come to any kind of, we don't have.
So this is just discussion, it's not action.
Line
But
item 13.
I did want to finish up in conclusion by just making sure that people know that this isn't just a 4th of July thing. It's supposed to be a year-long event. So if people wanted to do something before July, when it's not blistering hot, or later on in the fall when it's not blistering hot, those are all really great opportunities for anybody in the community to organize. You know, if you need to get funding, talk to the Parks Board, and let's see what we can do moving forward. I will say that we have a huge field flag that takes like 40 to 50 people to hold it, that is available on Sunday, July 5th, if anybody wanted to set up an event in the park or something. So.
Thank you. Line item 12, I believe you wanted to table it.
I would.
Line item 13, deliberate and act on ordinance number 2026-0201, approving a joint election agreement between the city of Whitney and the Whitney Independent School District for the general election to be held on May 2nd, 2026.
I make a motion that we approve, is that what we're asking at this point? Approve a joint election agreement between the city of Whitney and Whitney Independent School District for the general election to be held on May 2nd, 2026.
Got a motion from Cheryl Taylor West and a second from Valerie Peacock. Any teal?
Abstain.
Vicki Wilson?
Yes.
Valerie Peacock?
Yes.
Cheryl Taylor West?
Yes.
Jason Nance? I have 4 yeses, 1 abstain. Motion passes. Including C.
Ma'am? Line item 14, deliberate and act on ordinance number 2026-020202, amending Article 05, meters of Chapter 13, utilities of the Code of Ordinance to establish a water leak adjustment process. And I do not know what Billy had on this.
It's my understanding that this is the kind of thing that they were doing as a practice, but did not have an actual written policy to implement.
That is correct.
anybody is interested, this is basically if you have a major leak at your house and 9,000 gallons of water, which happened to me last year, you lose it, you can contact the city and say, hey, I didn't use this much water, I had a leak, and they give you an adjustment based on based on this criteria.
With proof that you have a
Yes,
plumbing receipt that
exactly.
verifies that you did get repair work done.
But only one in a 12-month period would be an adjustment.
And I did some research as well with other cities and found that to be pretty consistent.
Talking about adjustment as far as giving them the free water?
No,
or-
no.
Okay.
Free. No.
Because by law, you can't.
Right, it's just sewer.
Yep, okay. I agree with that. I do.
I make a motion that we, put into ordinance 2026-0202, amending Article 05 meters of Chapter 13 utilities of the Code of Ordinances to establish a water leak adjustment process.
And I'll second it.
I have a motion from Vicki Wilson and a second from Cheryl Taylor West. Amy Teal,
Yes?
Vicki Wilson,
Yes.
Valerie Peacock,
Yes.
Cheryl Taylor West,
Yes.
Jason Ince.
Yes.
5 yeses, motion passes.
On item 15, we are going to table that until the 3/12/26 meeting. Executive session, if during the course of the meeting covered by this notice, the city council should determine that a closed or executive meeting or session of the city council or consultation with the attorney or the city should be held or is required in such closed or executive meeting or session and or consultation with an attorney is authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551001, etc., will be held by the city council at the date, hour, and place given on this notice, as the city council may conveniently meet in such closed or executive session or sessions, or consult with attorney for the city concerning any and all subjects and for any and all purposes permitted by the act, including but not limited to the following sections and purposes. We're gonna go in under Texas Government Code 551071, consultation with the attorney, discuss executive session information received in an executive session, city administrator position, 551074, discussing personnel matters or to hear complaints against personnel, city administrator position, and police chief position. So we're going in at 6:43.
Whatever the colors are, that was that city. And I was like, and they're focusing on. No, they were. Directions on that.
Yes, ma'am.
Get back to my meeting.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
See, man, you got crazy.
so
How many?
I wanted to find out, I would be looking, maybe to find out where it goes.
So good that they got all this stuff in, isn't it? That's all I've seen to get mine. There's supposed to be something in this one you fold. It's like so nice.
Right in front of the substation. They ran out of gas, started spraying water in the ground there. That's why when you they might have.
It puddles, you know,
Yeah.
in front of it, because the road's so lower than the storm drain.
It's all weird over there. Right back there. I gotta figure out the storm drains there. Yeah. All over it.
Yeah, I was scared. I mean, you guys were, you know, trying to figure out where it's across the road, and all that kind of stuff. It's like,
We got.
The problem is,
That's the big thing. You can work the tour. Then they beat it up again. Makes no sense. You dip in the road. It's like, what were you trying to do?
but, yeah, it's like red drop, that's just one thing.
We did that too. It's like, I don't know where it goes. There's no pipe as far into the road or anything, so.
If you don't get down, I mean, it's like a manhole, you can just like go.
It's manhole, but it's only going back around. But you see the pipes. And then, we ran our jet down there. It's like, we just call it down there. We'll run it, see where it pops up. And sure enough, it's for the substation. The water fountain in the middle of the dirt. It's like, oh, and then the ditch. I told the guys they would go back there after and dig it up. More than there. And if they can stop it. Yeah.
Right, so when you guys were, when they first started doing the whole, Yes.
I'm not. I'll see you here next time.
There's a one way up in town, and they just think that they can bury him, which makes life miserable.
Well, that's how
Maybe call Adams for it, because I know with all their new stuff, they were kind of people that heal for a while when gas lines. Pretty sure they ran a brand new Aldi one there.
well, that's, like I said, we got 4 years, they were on propane, so I bring everything.
Anything, you never know. I find surprises every time we dig. I know they come out and mark stuff sometimes, and then they're digging an old pipeline, and it's like, well, what is this? Then you panic, you start calling everybody, it's like, oh, we hit something, we're not sure what it is.
So another question. Right, they're working in the, county towers and stuff like that. There was like a telephone.
Pedestal?
Yeah, like a telephone pedestal. And this, at some point, they were using that pedestal to put like their phone and that kind of stuff.
If it's an old phone, they might have just took it off and buried it. I think everything's gone over to fiber.
Yeah,
they've got overhead and underground everywhere.
So we had a windscreen revision, they used that pedestal, that old junction pedestal right there in front. And that front windscreen.
Some of those they there for a while.
Right.
And one lady put, get it or.
So does Bob share their line, or is that?
So I think so.
I was just curious, it's that pedestal, I mean, they really had a pedestal when they were digging stuff up.
It's hardware, but it might be abandoned.
I've never seen a problem getting.
I still got most of the lines in town and stuff, all that stuff.
Well, maybe it was working until we switched over to Bottom, and we switched over to Bottom, and
They wanted to put that out.
like I said, they're doing all that stuff out there.
They might have just told them they were abandoning it. I've still got miles of cable hanging. That they don't use anymore. It's all old phone line. Nobody claims it anymore, because most of those companies don't pay for it and stuff, so.
I was curious, actually, I could pull on.
That would be a deep hole to go down. Unless there's a name, there might be a name I found it somewhere, but even that's kind of.
Well, I didn't say. Mainstream was, just that's how we work.
Follow what my wife said.
Knocked out a couple other people, you'd think that that's what they. Unless they abandoned it in the last little while.
Crazy.
We switched off of them.
We switched off. And they drive me nuts with their account. We hit stuff left, right, and center.
Yeah. I was just curious, okay, now we've got this here, do I just like dig it up, or is it belong to somebody? Take my skid steer, and just like roll it on with it.
Start fucking wares or.
Exactly.
Like, it was an in here.
Right.
I can try to get one of those.
Get along together.
I don't even know if I have a good contact for Mainstream anymore. Like,
If we're going to keep on running off business, we're going to end up.
Oh, yeah.
in business.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's not about.
Well, there's too many engines downtown.
Yes, and they keep making more and more of them. I'm just like, it's ridiculous. There's gotta be a way. You make an ingress one place or whatever, you know, and you don't have to compromise everything. It's ridiculous. And that's just my opinion. And from a real estate perspective, when you change the rules on somebody when they come into business, then they have,
Grandfather didn't, I think it was the old.
they have a right to complain and to stand up. And I will stand up for them, because you cannot conduct business and then cut off a part of the business and say, oh, you should do it, but, no, this doesn't work for everybody.
I have a major insurance company that we're getting ready to go into a lawsuit with, because they did some stuff that they should not have done. And then ignored me when I took somebody's higher up to. And now, got nothing good with attorneys, do so far. Yeah, small agency, they're a big company, you don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'll find me a lawyer sooner or later. But everybody tells me the situation. Oh, yeah, you know, they did that. Yeah.
It's terrible. I'm a realtor. We've had dues for 30 years to the National Association of Realtors, and their attorneys, NSUX, and we get screwed. It's our, everything's collapsed. If you look at what they're doing, everything is sold out to Zillow. They're taking our business, but the local people are gonna get screwed, because guess what? They're taking everything that we have access to, and then Zillow has it, and they're also going to have all of the amount of taxes. I can't even explain it, it's so huge.
Oh,
If anybody ever figures this out, it's gonna be so bad, because Zillow is buying up everything.
well, if you want to see money, you get right here, close to 65, or anywhere near there. With all the regulations and stuff from them, insurance companies, their feature, they've cut a ton of stuff this year for seniors. Next year's gonna be more, so the people is gonna be in space. Why did they cut out this bad? Why did they cut out? Trying to save money.
Anything that is, you know, they used to. It's, I know, it's so bad, I don't know what to say, but God bless us, we're gonna get through this.
Yeah, we will.
Thank you, Gary, I'm sorry I interrupted your conversation.
No, that's okay, and I'm working at the election, I'm the election judge, so I'm busy every day,
Run all the incumbents out.
Please, 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 please. But Christie, I'm gonna go ahead and say sayonara and go home.
Have a good night.
You.
Good night.
Good night.
So, yeah, maybe you and Amy can get together sometime tomorrow. Your convenience, her convenience, since I'll be.
I'll do it on Facebook. Get it set up. Probably be good Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
But I'll holler on Facebook. I've been too much on the Facebook for a while.
Yeah, I can keep up.
I keep it. I like to say a lot of times I think sideways. And it's like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be, but why is this not going on, or how come this is not getting done? Oh, we don't know. Gary, thank you.
See you soon.
Uh-oh, what was your? I lost my phone, my car keys this afternoon. I got a soft top on my truck, and I dropped the tailgate, put the, stuff up on the soft top.
Yeah.
Had to roll the soft top up, wasn't paying attention, rolled it up. My wife was madder than hell. She was looking all over my keys and cell phone, and I had the ringer turned down on the cell phone, that didn't work. And I said, no, I never do that. And roll the top back. There it is, all nice and neat.
I had a phone that I was carrying in the rain in Austin about 4 years ago. And I got the umbrella down and folded up and threw the umbrella into the car. And couldn't find the phone. I had to go and buy another phone. And it was just terrible. Anyway, punchline is next time it rains, I opened up the umbrella.
You never know, you might have this one for people It's a museum.
Just really much fun on a Friday morning.
No, and there's two different things. Band.
I know I had a heart attack. Did you guys see the photograph? No.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll fold if you'll put them in there.
The what? Okay, it goes on top of it.
Secret.
Of course. He's trying to do what it's.
Oh, you're good.
Since I'm just sitting around, it's not like there's anything else I could be doing.
Some of the ones who
Roll it this way.
even live here. So, very disappointing. March. I was tempted to say, well, I'm here with you. And that's fair. But we need to open the doors of the people.
run well, or 5.
You're welcome.
It gets sticky.
Yeah. We'll work on that. Figure it out.
Yeah. I know some of my clients come in, most of my clientele with it. They're seniors. I had 2 of them come in, they're sitting there talking. Oh, you are good. Yeah, I'll make sure I vote for you.
Do you have the voter list?
No.
That's the first thing we need to get, because a whole lot of people get their mail delivered to Whitney, Texas, and they say that they're in Whitney, and in a way they are in the community of Whitney. Here tonight, so they created a board that's gonna recommend spending money, but it's a 4 to 3 majority of city people spending city tax money. It's very generous to the surrounding community. The surrounding community believes that they live in it, and that's, it's not that I want to declare war against anyone, that's not the point, but
Well, people don't realize sometimes that why I live in Whitney or any town in the U.S., that you have inside city limits, and then you have the surrounding area that's
ETJ is the extraterritorial jurisdiction. We're gonna get to the list, and then you can look up individuals and see, again, it's just a list of 1,400 people. You can see exactly who is a voter, who has been voting, and make a targeted list of the ones who you may know are in business with.
Yeah. That'd be
Those you can maybe take them away from these guys, and that would be great. Okay, take that.
Is that there with that? Somebody else said they got one
Hey,
said-
you missed it, so last time we did it too, we were out of here quickly.
Sam and I decided we could work
While we were, you weren't here, right?
Teamwork.
Okay. I love teamwork. I love it.
That's where I was. We had to go down and make some decisions. I was planning to.
We come out of executive session. And
The shirt or mine?
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve a 3-year employment agreement with Billy Primble for the city administrator.
Second.
I got a motion from Amy Teal and a second from Vicki Wilson. Amy,
Abstain.
Vicki,
Yes.
Valerie,
Yes.
Cheryl,
Yes.
Jason.
Yes.
4 yeses, 1 abstain. Motion passes to approve contract with Billy Cribble for the city administrator position.
Okay, thank you. Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Thank you.
Adjourned at 7:07 PM.
Christy, don't lock me in here for the restroom. I like the Whitney Library, but I don't wanna be here all night. It's too cold for me.
I know, right?
It's too cold, I need some warmth. What? Okay, hang on.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, you and me sitting there talking on the line.
Okay. So we're done.
You know what?